How's it going, everybody? It's Michael Pratt with the Modern Daily Grind. Tonight I'm running a little bit late. I gotta get to work. I know yesterday I kind of ran a little bit short compared to what I wanted. So it was a choice I made today. Just go ahead and record while I'm driving, because to me it's more important to complete my goal of doing this for the next 7 days, short term, and then 365 days, long term, than it is to say, well, I woke up late, so I don't have the time to do what it is that I said I was gonna do. So I apologize if the camera comes off a little bit different, or if it's really hard to see, because like I said, to me it was just more important to go ahead and follow through with one of my commitments. But so that's that. I know I've been kind of trying to structure these a little bit, but then I find myself spending a lot of time thinking about how I'm going to talk about something and how I'm going to organize a topic for the YouTube videos. So I think I'm going to kind of get away from that and stop trying to lead one subject into another, just because the point of this isn't to really create all this great content or to this is my podcast, which is something I do want to start soon. Just right now it's not something I can pull off, but it's more about me just logging what's going on with me as it's happening, trying to connect with a few people in the process, and giving me personally something to look back on and to reflect on, and help me remember everything that I did go through to get where I'm trying to go. So I'm kind of restructuring my conversation with everybody on here, just because, like I said, I noticed I spent a lot of time throughout the day thinking about, alright, how do I want to talk about what? Alright, well, this is going to be the topic, so these are going to be the talking points, and this one, it's too planned out. That's not what this was supposed to be. When I start doing the podcast, that's what that will be. But for the purpose of these YouTube videos, that's not it at all. So I wanted to talk a little bit today to help remind myself about why not only am I doing this, but why am I doing everything. I caught myself looking at my views and looking at my Twitter, which is Michael Pratt, or Mike Pratt at Mike Pratt DMG. I messed up the acronym for my Modern Daily Grind. I thought it was Daily Modern Grind because I got excited because it was DMG for damage, so I thought it'd be easier to remember. So that's a little messed up. I apologize. But I kind of fell into the habit of looking and kind of getting disappointed that the people who watched my videos on here the first time didn't go back to watch the next one after I posted that there was another one. It kind of made me upset. And then I was also getting upset that the people following me on Twitter weren't necessarily engaging as much, or certain posts weren't getting so many views, and this, that, and the other. And that's not why I started doing the YouTube video. One, I've only done, this is going to be my 4th video. It's this 3rd day in a row. So I shouldn't expect a whole bunch of people to watch it. It's just not likely. So like I said, that was the reason why I'm doing this. I'm not trying to get, oh crap, excuse me. I'm not trying to get 1 million views or 5 million views or go viral or anything. This is more for me personally, with the hope of helping somebody else, because then they'll know they're not alone. And that's not a police light flashing in my face. It's a turn signal. But why am I doing this? One, I'm getting married November 1st. It's 3 weeks away. More like 2.5. real excited for it. And I mean that honestly, I'm just driving, so that's why my excitement probably came off slightly sarcastic. But I'm going to get married, and I would like to, one, my future wife not have to work. My grandfather, Grumpy is what we call him. My grandmother didn't have to work a day in her life. She helped him run his bookstore a little bit, but that was about it. And that meant she was able to be there all the time when we needed her to babysit us kids. It's just something that's always been important to me, was either one, my wife be able to stay at home and not go to work, not because I want somebody to stay home and take care of the house or anything. It's just I'd like to be able to say that I provided that for her. Or if she was to get a job not based on income but desire. So if she wanted to go into something that was extremely low paying, but it was something she enjoyed doing, or it was almost a hobby that she would have done on her own anyways, but there's professions in that, like flower arrangements. She loves doing flower arrangements. But for a flower shop, just as an hourly employee, is not really a career or something you can do that's really going to pay all the bills. It'll help. So I'd like to be able to take away that pressure so she can really just get a job doing something she enjoys. That's always been a priority of mine before I even met her, even when I was little. I thought it was so cool that grandma was always home. Another thing, growing up, my mom and stepfather, they worked 3 to 2 jobs apiece for most of my childhood. And I greatly appreciate that because, and that's probably why I can dig deep and pull these 16, 18, 20-hour days that I'm pulling right now, 5 days a week with the occasional, 6th or 7th day added in with one of the jobs, not both. There's no way I could do 7 20s or 7 16s at that matter. I think I'd definitely give up. I don't know. But I've carried 2 jobs for most of my life. I'm 26 now. And when I wasn't carrying 2 jobs, I was carrying 1 job with going to school full time. So I think that's where I kind of get that work ethic or stupidity, depending on who you're talking to. But, I like to be able to bring home my parents. Like I said, they've worked a lot. My dad, he works 14-hour days. He's got very bad health problems as far as like broken bones in his back and stuff. So I'd really like to be able to bring my parents home because they've, my father and my mother and stepfather, they both worked so much already. I would like them to be comfortable and not have to worry about that anymore. Not only that, but they did, on both sides, they both did a really good job of providing for me and making sure I had everything I needed. So that's also important to me. And then, of course, not just my parents, but then my future wife's mother. That would also be important to me, Maybe either buy them all new houses or let them design a house and have it built from the ground up. And then they could be in the same situation, buy them houses, pay off their cars, or buy them new cars if their cars aren't worth paying off, or if they're already paid off and they're not the nicest cars. And then also give them the option to just go get a job doing something that they enjoy instead of working every day, working jobs they might not necessarily want or that are an hour drive to get to work and everything. So that's something that's always been a priority of mine. I really want to be able to help others. I didn't really have a lot of guidance growing up for my business ideas and everything. And a lot of times, I don't blame that on my shortcomings, but a lot of times all I wanted was somebody to just pretty much hold my hand and drag me through it and refuse to let me fail. But I didn't have that, and I want to be able to be that for somebody. Not necessarily that would have made me better, but I kind of would have liked it. So yeah, there's just so much. I'm going to talk about what I have going on next, and you guys are going to have to bear with me a minute. This is going to be extremely unprofessional, but I have to get my security badge so I can get into the parking lot for work.